Focus. Ideate. Innovate. Enable. IET presents Future Tech Congress, decoding tomorrow's customer demands.
The Tech Hub of India, Bengaluru, recently witnessed India's Future Tech Congress 2022, hosted by the Institution of Engineering and Technology. The coveted IET Future Tech Congress 2022 was hosted across 2 days on the theme, Decoding Tomorrow's Customer Demands. The event was launched with the idea of facilitating an exchange of knowledge and ideas on emerging technologies to build future-forward solutions. The IET Future Tech Congress 2022 focused on 4 high-impact sectors: mobility, healthcare, manufacturing and fintech. The FTC 2022 witnessed the best minds converge on a single forum and provide insights on the essence of future tech. The event hosted thought-provoking discussions, compelling keynotes, insightful technology-enabled demo sessions, and a glittering award ceremony that recognized the best talent in the industry. The FTC 2022 kicked off with a welcome address by Shekhar Sanyal, followed by key addresses from the stalwarts from future tech space.
Today, I am very proud to welcome you all to the first Future Technologies Conference, or the Future Tech Conference of 2022. For years, we have been running the IoT India panel, and from there we have ran 4 editions of the IoT India Congress. But then pandemic came, and like many things changed in the pandemic, we also pivoted ourselves. From the focus on IoT, we moved into a multiple technology focus, future technologies, technologies which will impact the future, technologies which will come in the future and then impact the future. So we looked at all of them and we created the Future Tech panel. And the Future Tech panel is now made up of close to 130 volunteers, CXO, CTO level volunteers who work in 16 working groups within the Future Tech panel. It's advised by a global advisory body and a national advisory body made up of very eminent personalities.
IET gave us a platform. And for me, as an individual, as a volunteer of IET, creating this IoT panel and having so many friends from different organizations whom I would not have been able to meet in my career and in my profession, this IET platform gave us such a big team to work with and learn together. All 130 of us sat together and tried to find out what should be the focus, what will the real change in the future, which technologies will really make change in the future. And we felt that blockchain, AI will have the major changes, and and digital twins will have a major change, and that's going to impact everybody going forward.
First time in the history that the large section of 8 billion people are living in urban setup, living rural setup for better life. So the ambition that we share at Siemens to take care of some of these things, to address some of these things, not that it's going to address everything, but that's a little bit that we are doing from our side. These are the targets that we are working with. We are aspiring to be net zero operations by 2030. And when we talk about sustainability, if you go and look up the meaning of to sustain, what does it mean? To sustain means to keep something or somebody alive and healthy. So when we are saying we need to sustain, we need to keep this place that we call our home alive and healthy. And it's not just government's job, it's not just policymakers' job, it's not just industry's job. It's everybody who needs to come together here.
Hello Shekhar, glad to see you at FTC.
Who are you?
I am your customer from the future.
The FTC 2022 was centered on the theme Decoding Tomorrow's Customer Demands and focused on the opportunities and challenges. The event also featured an address by special guest Sri Ravi Shankar Prasad, Member of Parliament, Lok Sabha, speaking on digital transformation of India, which was followed by special addresses of dignitaries from the government sector and tech space.
I am very nostalgic today because I had the privilege as an IT minister to be associated with IET programs in the past. This organization has grown leaps and bounds and has become a very powerful voice in the quest of considering the interplay of new technologies. What is Digital India? Digital India is designed to empower ordinary Indians with the power of technology.
Future technologies indeed play a very, very pivotal role in strengthening the economic capabilities in terms of bringing about transformation in lives and making a world a better place for the upcoming generation.
As human beings, we all have ideas. The best results come from sharing, not the icon, whatever. It's about teams, it's about community, it's about sharing. If you have the best solutions to the world's biggest challenges, you will likely succeed. So if you don't work hard, if you don't have the best standards, if you don't work with the best people, you have a few problems.
The Manufacturing Spotlight at Future Tech Congress 2022 focused to drive discussions around the impact of key technology drivers, namely AI, blockchain, and digital twin. It highlighted smart manufacturing, advanced material science, and the importance of quality in the future of manufacturing.
When it comes to a digital twin, there is a continuous learning between these two worlds. There is a lot of data that you get from the real world. You're able to process it. It could be algorithms, it could be learning through machine learning, and then you're able to feed this back into the real world, right? So again, this loop continues, and that is how you're able to optimize your systems to the right levels.
Which was followed by a FinTech Spotlight session to decode how FinTech can be the next big opportunity for digital transformation.
You're seeing an increasingly high usage of voice across the entire spectrum. The other is, in a country like ours, when we need to amplify our reach and reach out to every single part of the country, the use of multilingual, digital information has also come to the fore. Because otherwise, you're restricting yourself.
Today, we are living in a digital era. Tomorrow's era is going to be an intelligent era backed by blockchain and AIs and so on. Day after era is going to be autonomous. And that autonomous era is going to be built on a trust. That trust has to be inherently built with the technology like blockchain.
It also showcased the launch of the Web 3.0 playbook.
I'm happy to see the IET and the blockchain working group of the IET Future Tech panel bring out this playbook on Web 3.0 and Metaverse, which is going to be a great guide. Great to have got this opportunity to share my thoughts with all of you. Thank you very much.
There are various strong predictions that any technology you talk about, a future tech, it'll reside or ride on top of the M2M and IoT. And in India also, this digital transformation journey, whether it happens through smart grid, smart meter, smart cities, you name it, smart transport, they all are riding on an M2M and IoT.
The IET is a 150-year-old engineering institution. It's headquartered out of the UK. We have been around for the last 90 years in India. Our members have been around. They have been doing fabulous work. The idea is to create a platform which allows engineers to come together and work together to solve problems which are of critical importance to the nation and to industry and academia. We also do a lot of work around the academia in improving the quality of engineering education. We work on making the outcomes that engineering education provides stronger in terms of quality of engineering education, as well as looking at how the engineers can solve problems which are of critical importance to the country.
We need to start thinking about the future technologies, and we need to add more technologies into it, because the end solution is not only Internet of Things. It will have artificial intelligence. It will require digital twins. Now the blockchain is coming. Now people are thinking about robotics, AR, VR. So we said we have to be more inclusive about the future technologies, and when the policy is getting made, they can't make policy only for one thing. There's a need for a policy for the whole digitalization and the future technologies. There has to be industry preparedness for the technologies, not for Internet of Things only or AI only. With that kind of thought, we started this Future Tech Congress panel, and now I have 16 working groups working on different sectors.
Well, I think that technology is moving so fast these days. I mean, one of the things that excites me is just literally the new ideas, and out of that has to be artificial intelligence. The amount of data that can be processed, the amount of thinking that can actually go into that data. There's many examples here at the Congress where in fact massive amounts of data are being used to actually generate real benefit.
The 4 verticals that FTC has chosen, they're very pertinent to us in the world and what's happening in India. The 4 verticals being manufacturing, fintech, mobility and healthcare. And these verticals are quite important with what we are going through. I mean, as we hear more about Make in India, manufacturing is really at the core of it, and how technology can change manufacturing, how it can transform manufacturing. That's what we are talking about. With the population that we have at hand and the cover that we need to provide on healthcare, again, technology can play a great role. So I'm very glad FTC has picked up these 4 areas to talk about.
IET presents Future Tech Congress, decoding tomorrow's customer demands. IET presents Future Tech Congress, decoding tomorrow's customer demands.
The FTC 2022 saw an unprecedented footfall as delegates arrived to watch some of the biggest names in the industry deliberate upon the future of tech. The Sustainability Spotlight session featured an insightful leadership panel where great minds of the industry discussed the importance of sustainability.
If you continue to practice your game the way you've done 5 years ago, right, you will just run out of options. So I'll just bring it back home that, you really just must disrupt yourselves.
The event also saw presence of more than 11 policymakers and government stakeholders from across the country. That included Dr. V.K. Saraswat, Jayesh Ranjan, K. Rajaraman, Srimati Rama Devi Lanka, and Shri V. Ponnuraj.
Technology is a very important component of our economy. While we attempt to bring in various interventions to aid growth, it is also very important that the growth is completely founded on financial and economic stability. Because at the end of the day, I think what needs to be offered to our citizens is a very sound economic growth model, which actually inspires trust and confidence of not only the local investors, but also global investors.
The emergence of disruptive and impactful future technologies pose new challenges but brings greater opportunities. India is also the leading sourcing destination in the world, accounting for over 55% of the market share of the US sourcing business.
FTC is a wonderful forum to highlight a lot of key technologies that are sort of going to make a difference in the next I would say 10 to 20 years. So these are the critical areas where companies, governments and thought leaders need to pay attention, and these will be the one that will be changing the lives of people in the next decade.
Mobility is going to be one major, the whole connected world is going to be a major technology. So the way you're going to transport yourself from either in a physical world or in a virtual world with the AR and the VR kind of a technology. So I would say I'm highly excited with the autonomous future.
Today at the Future Tech Congress is about coming together. It's about coming together with industry, practitioners, academia, policymakers, government, to collectively talk about the challenges and how to solve them. We can't do this alone. People have to want to come together to solve these challenges. So culturally, the change has to be about partnership.
Digital transformation is quite a big term. It is all-encompassing. It covers various aspects. I'll probably slice it down to one piece and explain what we do with our digital twin story. So within Siemens, the digital twins are at different stages. The first stage is what we call product digital twin, where the form and functionality is designed without putting anything in the physical form. After that is done and passes through the test, it needs to be manufactured. And for manufacturing, we need assembly lines, factory floors. Without putting a brick on the floor, we can design the whole thing as a digital twin of the production. So this is the production digital twin.
The FTC 2022 also featured an innovation expo with various leading industry players showcasing a wide range of future technology solutions ranging from sustainable tech solutions, material science, wearable tech and IoT-powered mobility solutions, and even an AI engine for pandemic prevention, allowing participants to experience the future tech in action. It was inaugurated by E.V. Ramanna Reddy, Additional Chief Secretary, Department of Electronics, IT, BT and Science and Technology, Government of Karnataka.
The chief guest of Day 2, Sri Suresh Prabhu, former Union Minister with 10 portfolios and a 6-time Member of Parliament, elaborated on the need for technology innovation to focus on the needs of the future as well, and not just the present, which was followed by an insightful session on quantum computing and a special spotlight on e-mobility.
You cannot have future which is dealing from the past. And if you don't use present to look into where you came from and where you want to head, I think you are wasting the present. Unlike many others who do that, IET is focusing on present in a manner that will help us to unlearn from the mistakes of the past and ensure that we'll have all a better future.
Quantum physics is about the physics of the minuscule at minuscule distances. And that's the stage where particles are both particles and waves. There's a lot of uncertainty with where the particle is going to be. And there is the definition of physics at that level is no longer deterministic in nature, it is probabilistic in nature. In fact, it's so amazing that if you read quantum physics, you will find a lot of similarity between that and the whole concept of Maya and non-determinism in Indian mythology.
I think the media is latched on to electric cars, electric bikes, and so on. But, you know, the real elephant in the room is logistics. Okay, with hardly a few percentage, Sharvari was educating me on this. She said the total vehicles in India which carry cargo or which move things from place to place is hardly 5% of the overall Indian population of vehicles. But it consumes a majority of the fuel that India consumes. Now these numbers are somewhat compelling. So it's very clear that while we electrify two-wheelers, three-wheelers, four-wheelers, cars and so on, the big problem in the room is logistics and freight.
Engineers and technologists provide vital help in meeting the society's needs and healthcare needs. The future of healthcare is constantly evolving with huge advances in digital healthcare technologies. We at the IET believe that we need to work hand in hand with technology in order to stay relevant in the coming years and improve people's lives. Healthy living is one of IET's strategic area of focus, and we provide solutions to build capability that help take on healthcare challenges at scale.
The healthcare vertical included an exploration of the human twin, AI-powered diagnostics, possibilities presented by 5G for healthcare, as well as a showcase of social analytics for rapid transformation in health. A pilot project by the IET to use AI and analytics to make great strides in pandemic prevention.
I think the biggest takeaway that we should all have from COVID is if we don't pull together, nature's going to find a way to beat us and beat us badly. We've got to pull the various ecosystem pieces together, whether it is a technology developer, a device developer, pharma, life sciences, academia. If we do crack this together, this is something we can solve.
The IET Future Tech Congress aims at holistic growth of the sector to recognize and nurture future engineering leaders. The IET India Scholarship Awards is designed for undergraduate engineering students and to reward them for their creativity, innovation, leadership and excellence. Constituted in 2013, the IET India Scholarship Awards received excellent response from the engineering community from students across India. Abhishek R. from Panimala Engineering College won the award out of 29,000 applications. The second section of the awards were IET India Awards, where changemakers across engineering landscape of India were recognized and lauded. This year, the award is included AMET Networks, Kerala Blockchain Academy, Alti Green Propulsion Labs, Santosh Kumar, Neethu George and Pradeep Datta. Bharat Goenka, co-founder and MD of Tally Solutions, was awarded the IET Lifetime Achievement Award for his technological solution which is used all over the world.
With 40 plus sessions, 70 plus speakers, on-demand sessions, 25 plus supporting partners and 750 plus attendees, the IET Future Tech Congress 2022 was a successful event and culminated on a high note.
I think what was important is to see how they are playing out from concept to completion to application. I think that is the critical aspect when we talk about future technologies. It shouldn't be so futuristic that they are disconnected, and therefore I revert to our theme of decoding what the customer wants. Interpreting it from the customer's minds and their needs is absolutely critical, and sometimes a future technology is just a set of current technology that works in a futuristic way.
I'd also like to thank our sponsors who make this possible. I'd like to start by thanking our presenting partner Siemens and Applied Material, who is our material engineering partner, Hexagon Digital Reality partner, associate partner Aeris India EU ICT panel project who is a standardization partner, Rockwell Automation, our automation partner, and finally, all of you came here, heard us out, gave your insights, participated. Thank you so much for being here and being such a wonderful audience and energizing everybody. Thank you. Thank you. We'll see you next year.
IET presents Future Tech Congress, decoding tomorrow's customer demands. Focus, ideate, innovate, enable.